Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a bird. Well, technically, it's a Corygips atratus, aka the Black Vulture or Mexican vulture, a creature of many names in many languages, but with an almost universal meaning: bad news. Join us as we take a look at this ancient raptor and its associated nature as we attempt to separate fact from myth surrounding the brutal reputation of the Black Vulture. As stated before, black vultures go by several names, be it in English, Spanish, Latin, and even long-dead native tongues. Ornithologists refer to them as atratus of the genus Corygips under the Cathartidae or New World vultures family. Interestingly enough, this family classification makes black vultures closer to condors than to the famous white-backed vulture from Africa. The latter bird belongs to the family Accipitridae, or Old World vultures. However, the black, white-backed, and indeed all vulture species have the shared mantle of grisly obituaries written in the skies of either world. Whether you're an ancient Mayan hunter in Central America or a spotted hyena on the prowl for easy pickings, vultures in the sky usually mean the recent or impending doom of some poor soul. While most other vulture species are patient enough to wait for a meal to succumb to hunger, thirst, disease, or other predators, the black vulture has been known to help speed up the process. Heck, even perfectly healthy creatures might find themselves at the wrong end of its nasty talons. With a face only a mother could love, the black vulture is far from the prettiest predatory bird. What you see is what you get, and what you see is death. With its trademark hooked beak and featherless head, the black vulture is one of nature's most efficient waste disposal systems, stripping away rotting flesh from carcasses and harvesting precious carrion. The bird's mighty 4.2 to 5.5 foot wingspan allows it to soar to heights of well over 10,000 feet. However, black vultures' food-finding missions are better served by flying at lower altitudes and keeping their powerful eyes peeled. Most vultures are highly unlikely to snipe smaller birds by swooping down from higher altitudes, like some falcons or eagles. Therefore, they concentrate their efforts on ground-based meals. As their New World status suggests, these birds reside exclusively in the Americas, favoring warmer climes throughout the southern United States all the way down to northern Chile and Argentina. They are highly adaptable creatures and can dwell in different lowland environments, including plains, sparse woodlands, and even swamps. Migration is extremely rare, though not unheard of if conditions like feeding and nesting grounds change drastically. The most defining characteristic in adults is black feathers, though chicks are a lightish brown before developing mature plumage. Black vultures typically have 2 chicks every year, with eggs and young raised in a wide range of environments. Black vulture parents eat their fill and store excess food in an organ known as a crop. When the parent gets back to the nest, they regurgitate the crop food for their young to eat. This is a full-time job for the adults, as chicks require food 20 times a day, every day. As for young black vultures, the early days of life are the most dangerous. Predation, parental abandonment, and falling out of an elevated nest are some of the risks a baby vulture faces. However, if all is successful, black vulture chicks should take flight within 14 weeks of hatching. There is no set period for full independence, as chicks can keep returning to the nest for more crop juice for months after mastering flight. While sightings of solitary individuals are fairly common, black vultures tend to favor collaboration during roosting and finding food. They will roost among themselves in trees or even man-made structures like power lines and old buildings. When it comes to finding food, they utilize the scouting prowess of other black vultures and even other vulture species. One such unwitting ally is the turkey vulture, Cathartes aura, another common New World Cathartidae member. Not only do turkey vultures share the black vulture's superb eyesight, but they are also blessed with an incredible sense of smell that far exceeds their cousins. However, what black vultures lack in olfactory senses, they make up for with intelligence by keeping track of turkey vulture activities. If the latter sniffs out a potential meal, black vultures are rarely far behind. While their reputation as death birds precedes them, black vultures and their cousins are fairly misunderstood. Their form of scavenging plays an important role in both natural and human-influenced ecosystems. Dead carcasses, if left unattended, can facilitate the spread of diseases to animals and even humans. Black vultures' bald head, stomach acids, and urine help them minimize diseases. For example, when vultures urinate, the uric acid in the waste washes down their legs and eliminates bacteria picked up from carcasses. Their bald head prevents flesh, blood, and other gunk from sticking to their bodies, which prevents disease spread later on. What makes black vultures so aggressive? They will kill. Though black vultures exhibit classic scavenger traits, they have a reputation for extra aggression when compared to other vulture species. This is because they do not strictly stick to the scavenger role. When needs must, or when a golden opportunity presents itself, the black vulture won't hesitate to earn its place among the birds of prey. Defenseless animals such as newborn livestock and pets can easily find themselves hounded by a ravenous flock of black vultures. The same goes for lizards, other birds' chicks, turtles, and even beached fish. Luckily, there are no recorded reports of black vultures attacking and killing humans. Livestock animals like calves, lambs, and goat kids can be pushed towards an early grave by the vultures, who target vital spots like the eyes, mouth, and arteries with their flesh-tearing beaks. Puppies, kittens, deer fawns, piglets, and baby rabbits would also make adorable snacks for this feathered angel of death. Farmers all over the Americas have a first-hand account of this predatory behavior and how it affects their animals and ultimately their livelihoods. They will fight. A carcass sight is often a wild fracas by the time vultures arrive on the scene. This is especially true in cases where the carcass has been devoured by larger predators. As such, every remaining morsel of meat is a precious cause for conflict, with aggression often separating the fed from the starving. Black vultures seem to understand this fact better than most, and so employ their mean streak to jostle through the chaos for the extra bit of carrion. They will spread their considerable wings to intimidate other birds. If that fails, they will perform a little dominance dance to communicate their authority over rivals. If posturing and dancing don't do the trick, the black vulture may resort to violence. The birds will use their talons to physically drive away other vultures and make room for eating. They are adaptable. In a world of ever-shrinking wildlands, black vultures have displayed impressive intelligence, resilience, and flexibility to retain their domain in the air. Whether it be changing dwellings or moving on to new food sources, black vultures look to have taken Darwin's survival of the fittest mantra to heart. This leads us to the next point. They are not afraid of humans. Most wild animals tend to stay well clear of humans and human settlements, which is generally wise. However, black vultures are a smart and curious bunch who would rather investigate things first. The birds understand that humans come with a multitude of ways to obtain food. From livestock and pets to certain fruits and even our garbage, humans inadvertently offer an endless buffet for scavengers. Their bold nature allows them to get extremely close to people's homes, which makes them even more comfortable around us with time. Add their non-migratory behavior to this, and you might find yourself with a permanent neighbor who keeps pushing boundaries. Even attempts to shoo them away only yield temporary results. And shooing is just about the only thing you can do to black vultures, especially in the United States. This is because the birds are protected by the Migratory Bird Treaty Act of 1918, which is quite ironic given that black vultures do not migrate. Violating this federal law by killing or injuring these birds could earn you fines of more than $10,000 or considerable jail time. They have numbers. Strength in numbers is a major source of confidence in many creatures, including humans. Concepts such as groupthink are not just limited to people who would never behave in a certain way while alone. Vultures in a flock of 50 or 100 strong are more likely to take bolder actions than individuals. Risks like approaching human dump sites and even attacking a newborn calf on a farm will more than likely require the encouragement of a few friends. As one of the most populous vulture species, the black vulture has no shortage of friends to help it find trouble.